You're still watching the City of Lagos TV show, and today we're going to be taking a look at a very critical issue. Do you know that it's not just about living in Lagos or bearing the name which is popularly known as a Lagosian, but it's of course of critical importance to obtain an official resident status permit or card to actually determine your status in a great city like Lagos. And so the critical elements of strategic importance for a greater Lagos is security for residents and of course official residency status. There is a critical agency saddled with the responsibility to ensure that all Lagosians, you and I, have that official status. That agency is a Lagos State Residents Registration Agency, LASRRRA. It's our pleasure to welcome the General Manager of this very critical agency, Engineer Mrs. Ibilola Kasumu. Madam, you're welcome.
Thank you very much.
Can you tell us what is the vision, mission statement, and mandate of LASRRRA, and how effectively has the agency worked in line with the themes agenda of Mr. Governor, Mr. Bajire Sanwo-Olu?
The mandate for LASRRRA was to create an updatable database of all residents of Lagos State, with the mission of us identifying every single resident in Lagos to create an updatable and accurate database where every single resident of the state has a unique identification number and a card to go with it. In line with the themes agenda, what we've created now, or recreated, because initially what LASRRRA would issue you was just a plain identity card. But we've gone ahead with development and technology where we're talking about the Smart City Initiative. What better way for you to actually make a city smart is by having a smart card for a smart city, a card that has multi-purposes. It has so many functions and benefits associated with it for every resident of the state, regardless of your state of origin, your nationality. For security purposes, that means every resident in Lagos can easily be identified. And the card is a multi-purpose card, and when I say multi-purpose card, it actually has a chip in it. It's a contactless card. It has 28 applets. The 28 applets is actually residing on the chip. And what it means is that we've combined 28 functional cards into one card so that you don't need multiple cards to live in Lagos. You have just this one card that can be used for identification. You can use it for payment. It comes enabled to be used on any POS, any ATM. You can actually withdraw money. It comes with a wallet account associated with it. So it's not associated with any of your current accounts. It comes with its own account. And with that account, you can use it as a form of payment on the buses, hotels, leisure, social, welfare, whatever it is. This is my card. So what we've been doing for the past 2 years is developing this card, working with financial institutions. We have several partnerships where they are the ones responsible for holding the bank account. So it's not a Lagos State bank. It is actually one of the existing banks that is partnering with us for this. And it goes through the same interchange for interbank exchange and all. So this is the card. And it's the same card that you can use on blue buses, the last mile buses, on the ferries. And when the trains do come, you can also use it to pay. It has multiple functions. We're working with the health agency, LASRRRA, as well, so that this card will be acceptable in any of their health facilities. You can also store information on one of the applets so that your health insurance details would be stored on the card. You don't need to carry an additional card for that. And there's so many other functions that can be added onto the card.
So GM, this is quite fantastic. I don't have mine. So how do Lagosians get this card?
Right now we have a database. We have approximately about 6 million people in our database. We would have had a lot more than that, but what we found over time is that we have residents that are registering more than 2 times or more than 1 time at least. At least some have registered twice, thrice, and all. And we have a sophisticated system in place that would filter out multiple registrations, and we would only accept one. So once your fingerprint, your biometrics is in the system, and the system picks it up, it would associate it with all your multiple identities. So that's why it gives a unique identity for every person. This registration started as far back as 2013. We have people that have moved away from Lagos. Unfortunately, we've lost some of the people in our database. We have people that have changed their names or addresses, or they want to update their records. So what we're calling out now, what we've started with our advocacy, is for people to actually go on our website to go and validate their records. People that registered before 2018, we expect them to go to the portal www.lagosresidents.gov.ng, and there's a validation portal that they can click on, validate their records. And once they validate their records, it goes into the central database once it has been identified as a unique identity, and then those cards will be produced. And once those cards are produced, we would let all residents know where to pick up their cards.
GM, as a cosmopolitan city with a huge growing population, can you tell us what is the mode of operation and administrative function of LASRRA to actualize its set objectives?
We have a presence in every local government office in Lagos. So we have 20 local governments and 37 LCDAs, and we have a presence in each of them. So we have an office where residents can go in to go and register. We also have 3 premium lounges for people that may not want to go to the local governments to go and register. These premium lounges actually charge for you to come in because of the comfort and whatever amenity they offer as well. So we have one, the island, we have one in Surulere, and we have one in Ikoyi as well. We also have partnerships with some enrollment agents where some private sector companies have come in and partnered with us. They're assigned to different local governments as well, so that they can move around to register residents.
Accurate data gathering is critical for an agency like LASRRA. What is the efficiency level of data gathering information of LASRRA?
What we have to ensure that we have unique identities is the AB system, and that would actually identify duplicates and filter that out. Like I said, we have over 6 million people in our database, but actual unique identities is just over 5 million because we have duplicates in the system. And what we also have in the back end, which is infrastructure in the back end that actually sorts out all the information. Our data set is quite a wide range. So we have your phone number, your first name, your middle name, we have your date of birth, as well as your fingerprints. So your biometric data, your picture, your signature, and your 10 fingerprints are also collected to ensure that at the end, what you get is a unique identity. And we're NITDA compliant with every regulation for data privacy and all.
Can you tell us, since you came on board as a general manager, what are the various initiatives, programs, and notable achievements of the agency under your able leadership? And possibly share with us any challenge or challenges of the agency.
So I came on board in September 2019. And like I said, what was being issued was just a plain identity card for identification purposes. And we decided to upgrade it to a smart card that could do more. It had to carry more benefits for residents other than just another card to put in the wallet. What we also have is that at the point of registration, it's real time. There's an online portal where you can pre-register, and then you're generated a code at the end on your phone or tablet or whatever form of gadget you use for accessing the internet. So basically, you can actually do that from the comfort of your home and then go to proceed to any of our registration offices to go and complete your registration. So within 24 hours of registration, we would have cleaned out your data to identify if you're a unique identity or you actually are a duplicate. As part of our achievements, we also have the financial inclusion aspect, where every single resident now has a bank account associated to them. That is huge, especially in the financial sector. So the underserved, regardless of your corporate status, doesn't exclude you from certain benefits like loans and all, which they probably couldn't access before. So that's a major thing. Then we're partnering with the private sector, where they are actually going out as enrollment agents. So there's job creation as well. So a lot of them have 2-3 people associated with one device so that they can actually go into the nooks and crannies of Lagos. With regards to human capacity development, they all undergo training to a certain extent because there's so many new technologies being introduced, as well as even the staff here. A lot of them now understand a lot of things because technology is moving at an astronomical pace. Fintech is big. Data is the new currency. So there's a lot of ongoing training in how we can use our data successfully as a state government, because the major thing is we need it for planning purposes, for how we can plan infrastructure deployment, development, social development, welfare packages for our residents. There's so many things that if we had the data, the demographics of certain areas, it would ensure government is actually utilizing money efficiently. With regards to our challenges, the major challenge is getting our residents to register. So because there's no compelling reason for registration other than people that actually require it, because now before you can enroll your child in any of our state schools, you need to be registered with LASRRA, and that's you and your child. For certain other grants and all that, LSETF, which is the Lagos State Employment Trust Fund, it's a prerequisite for you to access any of their programs. Those are a few other compelling reasons for residents to register. Before we can enforce, we need a lot of advocacy. And our advocacy is coming from a benefits point of view, where we're telling residents what they stand to gain by being registered with LASRRA. Apart from the unique identity it gives you access to a lot of state programs. We want to ensure that people know what to do, why they should do it before any enforcement. So we're very, very, very high on advocacy right now, trying to bring the benefits of the registration to the residents.
What are the future projections and plans of LASRRA moving forward?
So we hope that this card is your one card that you need as a resident in Lagos to live in Lagos, where this card is of great benefit to you, be it social, health, education. It's the one card that you need for access to all government services. That's where we're going. So, like I said before, a smart card for a smart city.
On a final note, what is your word of assurance and encouragement to Lagos residents and, of course, your stakeholders?
Lagos residents, I'd like to encourage you all to register for the Lagos State Resident Card. Now, this easily gives you a unique form of identification. It encourages financial inclusion. It also drives the smart city agenda, because it's a smart card for a smart Lagos. And basically what it ensures is that the government knows how to help you, where to come in. Your communities where you live, we need to know the demographics around you, so we know if we need to provide more health centers or general hospitals, more tertiary education facilities, or more secondary schools. There's so many amenities. The old people's home, vulnerable people. We need to know where you are resided so that we can actually come to your help. There are welfare packages. And wouldn't it be nice if when the government is addressing you, they can address you by your name and by your unique identity? So I encourage you all, please register today and be part of the plan for a greater Lagos. Ìgbéga ìpínlẹ̀ Èkó. We
want to thank you, the General Manager of LASRRA, for coming on the City of Lagos TV show. Thank you very much.
Thank you for having me.
We'll be speaking with the General Manager of the Lagos State Residents Registration Agency, LASRRA, Engineer Mrs. Ibilola Kasmo, telling us about the great advantages of getting the resident card. Wouldn't it be nice to be a true and authentic resident of Lagos? I'm sure you will. The City of Lagos TV show will continue in a moment.
Lagos.